been a popular mascot for any team in sports. Perhaps it's our fascination with flight, the elegance and majesty with which they seemingly without effort glide through the air. Well, there will be plenty of effort in this one because when two birds get together and start clawing at each other, feathers are bound to fly. Welcome to Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts, home of the Boston College Eagles. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the UTSA Roadrunners, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Boston College Eagles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So the Boston College Eagles offense will get first crack at it today. And Jesse, this is going to be a fun test. This receiver, if you leave him in man coverage, you might be in for some trouble.
And so when you get him in the one-on-ones, you got to throw his way. He's a really good route runner. He can catch the football. And then when the defense decides to double cover and take him away, that's when you go somewhere else with the football or you run it.
Hits the afterburners. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
Yeah, and that's not the start you wanted if you're on this defense. Like, you lost last week, looking to bounce back. One thing you can't do, man, give up explosive plays on the ground. This defense has to hunker in, dial in a little bit. Last week was a struggle. Let's get back on track.
He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
Get set, get set.
Off play action. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. He'll try to take it back. The 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, UT San Antonio. How about this defense taking one back to the house? It is one thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play, and he does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. Looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turn it on the Jets, making the big play.
They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. BC has it back, and the Eagle offense returns to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He'll pull it on the read. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Guys, let's talk about Boston College for a minute. They've jumped to the top of the conference standings. Now the trick is finding a way to stay there.
Well, and that's your goal to start the season. It's always about the conference first. It's not about the national championship picture. So great job taking care of business within the conference, Jesse, but a lot of meat still left on the schedule.
Yeah, and remember, conference championships mean a lot because the way the college football playoff is set up, if you're winning your conference championship, you're probably in the playoff discussion. So they've got a lot of games ahead. They're in that prime spot right now inside their conference. They've got to keep playing well.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Got it behind the line. It's Bolden. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, the offense is trying to get a big-time playmaker the ball out in space quickly with the wide receiver screen, but the defense is having none of it.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Snagged in the middle. It's Bolden. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. The Golden Eagles are marching down the field. And off to Jones. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Looking to fire. Caught in the backfield. It's Jones. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs. And the Golden Eagles with the 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. He's in open space downfield. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the 1st down. The Golden Eagles kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. They'll give it to him again. And this offense went right back to the well, and this time the defense made sure it ran dry. They got nothing on the last play at 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Jones. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the 1st down.
Bells and whistles have got to be going off in this quarterback's head now. It's 3rd and long, so you know you're expecting pressure. You got to know where your hot routes are. You got to be able to read the coverage and make sure you get this football out of your hands quickly to not take a sack or worse, turn the football over.
He's got enough. It'll be a 1st down. They've got it at the 12. And the Golden Eagles had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. They'll run it from the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain. This is a tough one. A 3rd and long from this part of the field. They can, though, pick up the 1st down.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
This definitely isn't the start they drew up. I mean, you already throw a pick 6, now you get sacked. Man, they're going to have to find a way to settle this quarterback down, get something going offensively. So far, not a lot of positives to point to.
Smashes it between the uprights. That'll bring him to within 4. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week in the ACC, fellas. USF fell behind early, and it's been an uphill climb since. Thing is, this is a program that's worked the portal about as well as anyone. These kids are tough and could just find a way. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Charlotte. It wouldn't be the ACC if there weren't this kind of storyline, guys, and we promise to keep you posted.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Turning it on. Big play in the running game, and they get him out of bounds right at the 50-yard line. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Gets it out quickly and is able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. And the Roadrunners with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Rides the back on the option, the give. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. They'll run the option. Now the toss. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection. They come to the line with a minute to play in the opening quarter. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Line getting set on 2nd down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Under fire. Trying to make magic with his feet. They get him stopped at the 32. A solid pickup, but it will bring up a 4th down and decision time. We've reached a break, and it's UTSA on top. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. The Roadrunners decide to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin them deep. Fair catch is made at the 15-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive. BC has the ball back, hoping for a party in the mods. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Pulls it in. It's Bolden. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Runs through the tackle.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Handoff to Jones. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Makes the catch. It's Johnson. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Boston College will send out the punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. UTSA will take over in the offense, ready to return to the field. He'll do it himself. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Offside, defense.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
And after a successful run like that on 1st down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on 2nd, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on 3rd.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. They go to the ground. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. And the Roadrunners now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. 2nd down, he'll throw it. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. All right, guys, let's take just a second here and talk about UTSA. Every team needs those big dudes up front, and, man, they got a mauler from the high school recruiting ranks. Big 4-star D lineman. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Well, you see the excitement from the fan base and the reaction. It's all over the place, and you understand why. Because just being able to have that size at that position, play the defensive line, is so important for these college teams. They'll fit right in.
Boston College sending the offense back onto the field. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to fire. The short hands, it's Harris. And how does he keep running? I'd be dizzy after a spin move like that. It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. give to the big fullback. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They'll move the wide receiver. Off the play fake. Got it in the middle, it's Wallace. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Ball just inside the 40 at the 39, it's 3rd and short. Big fullback's got it. Tried to fight his way forward, but he didn't even make it back to the line of scrimmage. Boston College lining up to punt this one away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Back has it. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat. The Roadrunners trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Lost a fire on 2nd down. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
Oh, they're after him! And the Roadrunners will send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Boy, that seemed to be prime return territory. Instead, he'll make the fair catch. BC has it back, and the Eagle offense returns to the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome.
Breaks into the open. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. From the 22 on 1st and 10. On the option. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5. The Golden Eagles with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Now the play fake. Oh, he can't hang on. Those arms might have favored an alligator there, and it'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. And after putting an earlier field goal up, they'll try it again, this time a 45-yarder. Right down the boulevard. That brings them to within 1.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Got room to work. Just an outstanding return there and really sets up his offense nicely. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Fires to the tight end.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Now facing a 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Roadrunners will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. To the air on 1st down. Got it In the middle, it's Harris. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Back to pass. Lost one deep down the right side. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Gonna look downfield again. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. Boston College right back to the line. Back to pass on second down. Got him downfield. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Boston College coming to the line after moving the chains. Give to the running back. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. His drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Finds his big tight end. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left. So now on 4th down, they'll try to salvage at 3 and just get points before halftime. Absolutely perfect. And with that, they've taken the lead.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
He'll start the return inside his 5. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, you've been taking in some scene there today in Chestnut Hill. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Alumni Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Boston College ready to kick things off and start the second half. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. UTSA takes over in the offense, ready to hit the field. They haven't really been able to line up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. After getting knocked back to open this drive in 2nd and 12.
I gotta be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And it falls incomplete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. And the Roadrunners will call on their punt team. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. Makes the catch. It's Harris. Across the 25, he's got room. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. Boston College wants to play fast. Leaves it with the back. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. And the Golden Eagles have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. The RPO, fire complete to the left. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can't pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. He'll keep it on the sneak.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successful.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
They believe in their running game on 3rd and goal here. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. So here comes the field goal unit once again. They've already kicked 3 tonight. Absolutely perfect. They extend the lead to 5 here in the 3rd. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, you could make a case this is the game of the week in the SEC. TCU is ahead right now, but it's not like they have LaDainian Tomlinson out there. This group needs to keep building on this lead. They're up by 7 over Texas A&M. We'll keep an eye on things until the final horn in a game that could shake things up a bit in the SEC.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Holds and fires complete to the right. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. The Roadrunners come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. On the option. Quick toss. Touchdown, UTSA! And that one will put them up here in the 2nd half.
And the option play, the quarterback basically blocks the edge defender. So you watch the edge defender comes to him, and he commits to him, and then he pitches the ball to the running back, and the running back can do his thing, running the football all the way to the house. But it's basically a block on the quarterback on the defensive player.
Leading by 1, they'll go ahead and go for 2 and try to make it a field goal game. Here's the snap, looking to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. BC has the ball back, hoping for a party in the mods. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Lost the defense, he's wide open. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down. Boston College right back to the line.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. The run to the right. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
They punted away on 4th down. solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. UTSA will take over in the offense, ready to return to the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. He'll ride his man on the option. Got the first down and still on his feet. He rumbles out to the 39-yard line before he's steered out of bounds.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch, man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
Quarterback moving. He'll try to do it himself. They're working their way toward midfield. He's out of bounds at the 46. And the Roadrunners are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Intercepted. That is just what this defense needed. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There was a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
Quarterback on the keeper. Past the first down marker and still running. Gashing the D on the right. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Boston College!
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed him for the big play in the running game. 1 snap, 1 touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. They'll start this drive going to the air. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Touchdown, Boston College. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, and he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Snap to the back. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
You got to fight fire with fire. You got to fight speed with speed. There's a receiver with the ball out in the open field trying to get the corner, but a cornerback with the same type of speed and athleticism able to make the tackle. Nice job.
With the catch, it's Smith. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. 3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. That's caught. It's Smith. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. Direct snap. Nowhere to go on that run, and that brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Wants to go up top. Grabbed over the middle. It's Jones.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. Looking downfield on first down. Finds his man. It's Jones.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Sends it back in motion. Snap to the back. Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate it through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete downfield. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. The Roadrunners started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. And it'll be a short game. No need to take a big hit there on the scramble.
Well, he tried everything he could that time just to not take a negative play. He didn't get sacked. It was a great job avoiding that. He's just able to get what he can get on the scramble play.
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. They'll come to the line just trying to keep their hope alive on third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. To the end zone, and it's picked off. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Just a short pass to the tight end. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. First down for this offense. The give to the fullback. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Fullback's got it. Oh, he's got some space. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down. The Golden Eagles come to the line with a new set of downs. He'll keep it himself. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Hey, we saw this QB in the last drive. He had some success, right? The defense does a much better job getting to him, irritating him, frustrating him, and then most importantly, being able to catch him. And usually that's by committee, right? Not one guy going to get him on the ground. Nice job by the defense.
And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness. It was just too easy, and he didn't look it in. Boston College will send out the punt team. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. UTSA takes over in the offense, ready to hit the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed it.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
And the Roadrunners want to crank the tempo.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on second down.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you keep your eye on the quarterback, rally to the football, gang tackle, and you're going to win this game.
The Roadrunners are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw again. The sweet feet buy a little time. Kept it, and he's past the mark. And oh no, he loses the ball at the end of the run. Defense has it, they're on the move.
And when you're on defense and it's wet and it's rainy, you know exactly what time it is. That ball gets a little heavier, it gets a little slicker. You're trying to get to that thing. You know you get your hand on it, there's a good chance it's coming out. Nice job by the defense forcing it with the assist from the weather.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Boston College lining up to punt this one away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. UTSA will take over in the offense, ready to return to the field. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Smith. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. Good start to this drive, and they'll need much, much more if they're going to give them a finish.
They need a ton more of this, but you got to start the drives great. The first play needs to be really good. That was a good start. Now we got to keep building on it, and we got to do it in a hurry.
He'll pull it down and run. There he goes.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take.
And he will score. The question now, will it count as we check out the laundry on the field? What a costly mistake and big call. They could have been right back in this thing, and now they'll have to try it again. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Pressure coming. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Roadrunners.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You've made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
That's why they called in the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. And they'll take a knee.
Well, victory formation is every offensive coordinator's favorite play call as this offense is about to close this game out.
With the win today, they're now bowl eligible, and that's certainly worth celebrating, at least to some degree, wouldn't you say, guys?
Yeah, listen, at the start of the year, there are a lot of goals that get put up on the blackboard. Reaching a bowl game is one of them, so now you can go ahead and check that off. But if you're this football team, you're not celebrating that tonight. You're looking to build on this win moving ahead because they've got bigger goals down the road, Dave.
They do, and they've shown you some good flashes throughout the season, man. Some moments that really say this team could be really, really good. And so I think you continue to improve. You know at the end of the season, I get to take a vacation. Wherever the bowl game is, we get a free trip with my boys, but there's some work to be done still.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.